Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की ISKCON founder आचार्य BBD founder आचार्य savior of the whole world शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री गौरांगी बेंगलुरेश्वर की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की श्री श्री गौर निताय की ग्रंथरा श्रीमद भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga नमामि विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Reading from first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 5th. Narada's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam, text 22nd. Please repeat. Idam hi pumsas tapasah shrutasya va sishtasya suktascha buddhidattayoho avichutorthah kavibhirnirupito yaduttama shloka gunanuvarnanam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Learned circles have positively concluded that the infallible purpose of the advancement of knowledge, namely austerities, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of hymns, and charity, culminates in the transcendental descriptions of the Lord, who is defined in choice poetry. Purport. Human intellect is developed for advancement of learning in art, science, philosophy, physics, chemistry, psychology, economics, politics, etc. By culture of such knowledge, the human society can attain perfection of life. This perfection of life culminates in the realization of the Supreme Being, Vishnu. The Shruti therefore directs that those who are actually advanced in learning should aspire for the service of Lord Vishnu. Unfortunately, persons who are enamored by the external beauty of Vishnu Maya do not understand that culmination of perfection or self-realization depends on Vishnu. Vishnu Maya means sense enjoyment, which is transient and miserable. Those who are entrapped by Vishnu Maya utilize advancement of knowledge for sense enjoyment. Sri Narada Muni has explained that all paraphernalia of the cosmic universe is but an emanation from the Lord out of his different energies, because the reactions of the because the Lord has set in motion by his inconceivable energy the actions and reactions of the created manifestation. They have come to be out of his energy, they rest on his energy, and after annihilation, they merge into him. Nothing is therefore different from him, but at the same time, the Lord is always different from them. When advancement of knowledge is applied in the service of the Lord, the whole process becomes absolute. The personality of Godhead and his transcendental name, fame, glory, etc., are all non different from him. Therefore, all the sages and devotees of the Lord have recommended that the subject matter of art, science, philosophy, physics, chemistry, psychology, and all other branches of knowledge should be wholly and solely applied in the service of the Lord. Art, literature, poetry, painting, etc., may be used in glorifying the Lord. The fiction writers, poets, and celebrated literates are generally engaged in writing of sensuous subjects. But if they turn towards the service of the Lord, they can describe the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Valmiki was a great poet, and similarly, Vyasdev is a great writer, and both of them have absolutely engaged themselves in delineating the transcendental activities of the Lord, and by doing so, have become immortal. Similarly, science and philosophy also should be applied in the service of the Lord. There is no use presenting dry speculative theories for sense gratification. Philosophy and science should be engaged to establish the glory of the Lord. Advanced people are eager to understand the absolute truth through the medium of science, and therefore a great scientist should endeavor to prove the existence of the Lord on a scientific basis. Similarly, philosophical speculations should be utilized to establish the supreme truth as sentient and all powerful. Similarly, all other branches of knowledge should always be engaged in the service of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, also the same is affirmed. All knowledge, so called knowledge, not engaged in the service of the Lord, is but nescience. Real utilization of advanced knowledge is to establish the glories of the Lord, and that is the real import. Scientific knowledge engaged in the service of the Lord and all similar activities are all factually Harikirtan or glorification of the Lord. त्वमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Welcome to our morning discussion. We are discussing from the fifth chapter of first canto, the conversation between Narad Muni and Vedvyas. This section 8 to 22nd verses talks about Narad Muni reveals to Vyasdev the importance of describing Krishna's pastimes. And in that 28 to 22nd talks about instruction to Vyasdev. This is the last instruction in that series, 22nd verse. Idam hi pumsas tapasah shrutasya va sishtasya suktasya buddhidattayoh abhichutortah kavibir nirupito yaduttama shloka gunanu varnanam. How all the faculties one has, all the knowledge of any branch of knowledge, here some are mentioned in the script, in the verse itself. Austerities, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of hymns, and charity. All should culminate in the transcendental descriptions of the Lord, who is defined in choice poetry. Yaduttama shloka gunanu varnanam. Varnana means describing. Anu means repeatedly. Description, then next description, then next description after description, description after description. It should not stop only. Anu varnanam. Yad uttama shloka. About uttam shloka. Lord Krishna is who is glorified in choice poetry. So the poetry can be in one sense in all different fields also. The physics can have their own poetry. Those who are the study students of physics, those who are students of biology, those who are students of chemistry. So in one sense, poetry means in the best possible way, uttama shloka. It can be done, and that is the perfection of that field of knowledge. Otherwise, as Prabhupada said, so-called knowledge is useless. All so-called knowledge not engaged in the service of the Lord is but nescience. All this knowledge comes from the Lord only. Paravidya, Paravidya, or Avidya. Everything emanates from the Lord only. When Lord Krishna plays on his flute, then that Pancham Swar, fifth note, enters in the ear holes of Brahmaji. Then from his mouth come all the Vedas. And in Vedas, everything is there. So we have this Aparavidya. Paravidya is transcendental knowledge, talking directly about the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam is the epitome of all that, perfection, a pure description of the Lord. That is Paravidya. But then Aparavidya also, because though we are not these bodies, we are in the body. And body for the maintenance, food, clothing, shelter requires so many things. Money is required. For good health, then Ayurveda is required. For staying in house, because the elements are working in the scorching sun rays, sunlight, then rains, then cold. To protect our bodies from that, then we need walls, we need ceiling, we need a house. So then Shilpa Shastra is there, architecture. Like that, so many fields of knowledge, they all fall in the category of Aparavidya, Dhanurveda, all these Veda. This is not directly about Krishna, but this is about how to take care of our body, which can be used in the service of the Lord. Just like Varnashram Dharma. Varnashram Dharma is not directly, completely, fully focused on Krishna. It's little slowly. Varnashrama acharvata purushena parapuman Vishnu aradyate panta nanyat tattosha karanam. The goal is to please Vishnu. But the way it goes on, the society, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, four Varnas, and Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi, four ashramas, they appear to be doing so many other things also. Farming they are doing, Vaishyas are doing farming, cow protection, they are milking cows. So it appears like where is God here? Lord is not there. But Lord is there. After the milk is derived, then it will be offered to Krishna. Then it will be prasad will be distributed to others. Similarly, the crops also grow. They will be offered to the Lord. It is tradition in Vedic times in India. Still, they follow that when crops come, first the what they remove from the field, they brought at least a part of it and offer it in the temple fully freely for Lord. Let Lord enjoy it first. So if rice comes, then rice will be uh, mixed with the milk and sugar, etc. Sweet rice will be made and it will be offered to the Lord. Similarly, children also, after 6 months of breastfeeding, when they have to eat food first time, anna prashanam, then it is also offered to Lord, some sweet rice, something, and in a silver bowl, silver spoon, by a sadhu's hand, he is fed. So so there it is there. It appears like his Anna Prashan, but the Anna is spiritualized completely. That is Prasada. So that way, everything that we have can be used in the service of the Lord. Some things cannot be used, like meat cannot be used for offering to the Lord. Gambling cannot be used. Intoxicants and others. Prabhupada very surprisingly in Teachings of Queen Kunti series he gave, because he was in the Western countries preaching to many of them hippies. So Prabhupada says, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Rasavai Saha or Rasoham Apsu Kaunteya. I am the test of the water. So here in Western world, so many hippies they are drinking wine, liquor. So I request them. Actually, the test in the liquor is basically nothing but Krishna only. So as when they are drinking liquor, they can remember this taste is Krishna. So Krish Prabhupada is saying not to stop it because they will not stop it so easily. So they anyway will go on. Prabhupada is not saying that you can drink so many pegs and all that. But when they drink, which they will anyway drink, that time just they can add a thought. This taste is there, it's very tasty because Krishna is there. Like that. So Krishna consciousness, being Krishna conscious. So Prabhupada was so amazing. But grossly speaking, this meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication, they cannot be used in the service of the Lord. So we don't use them. Similarly, lying, cheating, these things also are not in the service of the Lord, so not to be used. But same thing can also be used in the service of the Lord by Lord's own order or by the order of the pure devotee spiritual master. Then it can be done also. Like Krishna told Yudhishthira Maharaj to tell lie that Ashwatthama is dead. And he said, how can I tell lie? And he was spoken lie. In fact, in his wildest of dreams also, he never lied. What a pure personality one. So then Krishna told Bhim, kill this elephant. Bhim with his fist, he just pounded on him. On the spot, the elephant died. And the name of that elephant was Ashwatthama. So then Krishna said, see, Ashwatthama is dead. Tell Dronachari. And then again Yudhishthira is thinking, no, yeah, Ashwatthama is dead, but Ashwatthama the elephant is dead. But if I tell only Ashwatthama is dead to Dronacharya, he will feel my son Ashwatthama is dead, not the elephant. How, what does he know about the elephant in our camp, Pandava's camp? That the fellow's name is Ashwatthama. So then he was in dual mind. But anyway, he could not tell lie, though Krishna told him. So he said, Ashwatthama, the elephant is dead. Aurova Kunjaro. So exactly when he said Ashwatthama, the elephant, exactly that time Krishna played, Krishna blew his conch shell. So Ashwatthama pum, is dead. So he could not hear the word, the elephant. So he took it as Ashwatthama, my son only is dead. Then he gave up all the weapons. He sat down on battlefield and Drushtadumna could very easily chop off his head and he died. So lying can also be used, cheating can be used, bribing can be used. Sanatan Goswami bribed the jail keeper. Rupa Goswami had kept some 10,000 gold coins with some grocer and said that you can utilize whenever you need it. And Sanatan Goswami got it and he gave some 5,000 or so gold coins and said, please release me. Then he said, how can I do that? He took that anyway. He was happy to take. But he said, if I do it, the king will kill me because you are a prisoner and you are very much against Nawab Hussain Shah. He said, no, no. You can tell him that, he told that you are Jinda Pir, he glorified him, so I'll give some 2,000 more gold coins or something. And then also he was not agreeing. He said, no, you can tell him. He had to respond to nature's call. I took him with all chains, etc. But suddenly he jumped in Ganges. Then he drowned. We could not get found any trace of him. So he died like that. And he gave him so many gold coins. And then Muslim was satisfied. He said yes. And Sanatana Goswami escaped. Because for surrendering to Lord fully, you have to give up all dharma, sarva dharman parityaja. So this attachment to wealth or wealth, whatever. Wealth is meant for surrendering to Krishna only. So you surrender the wealth to Krishna, or if you can surrender better than wealth, then you give away the wealth to somebody and you surrender your body, your whole existence to Krishna. Same thing with Rupa Goswami also. He had a boat full of gold coins when he ended his career of finance minister of Nawab Hussain Shah. And there were some disputes in his relatives, as it is always the case. They wanted his money and all that. So he gave it up. So I even once heard that he threw away some of the gold coins in water because some like whatever. He also took some gold coins and purchased 500 cows in Vrindavan because one of the instructions by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was maintain all the mendicants who are there in Sri Vrindavan Dham. They don't have any means of sustenance. So it is your duty. So Rupa Goswami had wealth before surrendering. So he purchased 500 cows, and those cows were grazing in Vrindavan area. So he appointed one cowherd man. His name was Govind. Humayun in Delhi, he was so pleased with Rupa Goswami's literature and all that. He was hearing there. He had not seen so much. So he was very happy. So he released a command order that wherever Rupa Goswami's 500 cows graze in all this area, which is all his area, they will not be taxed even 1 rupee, 1 pai also. Otherwise, every other Indian Hindu member, wherever his cows grazed, they had to pay heavy tax because Muslims were very cruel. But for Rupa Goswami, full freedom, full concession like that. And one of those cows only was every day releasing milk on the top of Gomati Tila. And then this Govind only told, oh Gosai, your cow is releasing milk there. What does that mean? So then Rupa Goswami got hint. There must be Govind Dev inside. And then they dug over there and eventually with hand. And sure enough, Govind Dev was inside that tila only. So all that we have should be used in the service of the Lord. Whatever be the talent. Every one of us has so many talents. It is called as unique potential also. Everybody is unique. No two people are same. And that way, the skills also everybody has are different, and all skills can be used in the service of the Lord. Krishna consciousness is so amazing. Everything can be used. Prabhupada is genius. He saw his disciples have so much of passion and all. So he told them, go out for street Sankirtan. Then when he came to India, they went for street Sankirtan. Indians started throwing coins. Some of the coins would hit devotees also. They were happy to collect the coins. They told Prabhupada, Indians are very pious. In America, we never got coins. Prabhupada said, these Indians are foolish. They think it is a street show, that we are doing street show so that we get some pennies. No, stop it immediately. And we'll have a life membership program. Go to all dignified, rich businessmen of Mumbai and collect 1,111 rupees life membership in those years. And they will get this facilities, books. They can stay for 3 days free, and that will be very lucrative proposal because they have to travel all over the world. We have centers all over New York, London, etc. So they will be able to stay there freely. No money spent, rather very devotional atmosphere. So Prabhupada used all talents, whatever he found. He himself was like that. In India, one place he had to be driven for a program. Nobody to drive the only vehicle of temple because it was not having the horn only. And the foreign disciples said, so Prabhupada, I cannot drive. Yeah, all Indians are crazy. They don't follow any traffic rule. And they come anywhere here, their dog will come and they'll beat me like anything if accident happens. So I cannot drive. Prabhupada said, you don't worry. I have horn. You sit and drive. And he was wondering how Prabhupada has horn. He has nothing to do with machine. So he sat and because Prabhupada's order. And Prabhupada took one plate and one spoon. And next to the driver, and he took it out of the window and tang, continuously was whatever. It was a busy street anyway. People were there. And everybody wondering what is that sound. And they saw, okay, some vehicle is coming. So they all went down. And he could drive very safely. Prabhupada used even this one. Founderacharya. Even now, I cannot dare to do this. I'll not travel this, book a cab. I will go walking. No question of taking a plate. What will people think? What kind of beggar is he? If you want something, sit on the road or stand on the road. What is this going in car and begging or what? What are you doing? So Prabhupada was unique. So we have to learn how to do that. So this will come eventually. As Prabhupada says, most of the times all these scientists, philosophers, and so many other experts in their own respective fields of knowledge, they use it for sense gratification, their own sense gratification. So it takes long time for a jiva to conclude. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudulava. Unless one has reached this conclusion that Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, is end all and be all, how would you use his faculties in that way? Like that. So just like children, they are interested in playing only sports here, there, they keep doing. But then as they grow, somehow because of the materialistic civilization, it is put in their system that you have to earn money, you have to have a big job and all that. So when they get convinced of that, they work hard like anything. Cities, metropolitan cities like Bombay, Pune, Delhi, and Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, people are crazy and they are so convinced. Money, money, big post, software job, and they consider that to be end all and be all. But that it is called as in Marathi, it is called a Brahmacha Bhopala. Bhopala means pumpkin, and Brahm means illusion. It's a pumpkin of illusion. The pumpkin, if you go to purchase the market, looks so big. Oh, must be very heavy. I think it is 15-20 kg, and you go and you touch it, and all your strength, 15-20 kg you have to lift. You try to apply and you lift it. Hey, this doesn't seem to be like even 5 kg. And what is this? And what to speak after purchasing, you bring it home and you cut it. It's all empty on the inside. Only one thick layer outer boundary of that pumpkin. Inside is all hollow only. So like that is the illusion of this world. Looks like so much happiness there. No, it is that pumpkin. And you cut it, means you get it into the cross section of that endeavor for happiness. Then you find there is nothing there. Hardly anything. It doesn't give anything. Tatali Saikate, Varibandhu Sama, Sutamita Ramani Samaji. Where Vidyapati says that all this happiness of this world is like a drop of water in a desert. When we are very thirsty because so much hot sand, hot scorching sun is on the top, and we're thirsty, we want water, and somebody brings a big bottle of 5 liter. It's opaque, we cannot see. So we feel wow, and we have our hands ready, huh, pour, and he pours. He is increasing the angle like that, and upside down he makes. And you're wondering, one drop falls. Now if I'm wondering whether it will reach my stomach or not. It may not go down the throat also because it's only one drop. So that is how the happiness of this world is. So that conclusion may come, one may reach that conclusion after many, many lifetimes. Then he may try in a Jnana Marga, naiti, naiti, naiti. But then Jnanavan, that Jnani eventually will come to conclude, yes, Vasudev Sarvamiti. Then whatever faculties he has, because he will become devotee. Jnanis means they give up everything. They renounce. But devotees don't renounce. Devotees detach themselves. Detachment and renunciation difference is renunciation means I don't have watch only. That is renunciation. But detachment means I have watch. I use it in the service of the Lord. Otherwise, I'm not attached to it. If it cannot be used in the service of the Lord, I don't bother only about it. So that is detachment. Having possession, but not utilizing for one's own sense gratification. So devotees are detached, and whatever they have, they use it to the best of their ability, capacity, and expertise in the service of the Lord. Whatever devotees were artists, so they used it for sketching. So many nice paintings are there, perfection, and so many others also. Whatever talents devotees had, our Jayanand Prabhu was mechanical engineer. So in one sense, machines, all the assembling, all that they have that. Though it is more to do with iron particles, machine, but here it was Rath Yatra built to be built with wood. So he could do it quite well like that. There were nails and all that. It's only Jayapataka Maharaj was engaged first time by him only. So that was some iron ore, etc. But most of it was wood, wooden structure, cutting it. Shyam Sundar Prabhu was also a carpenter. When Prabhupada saw small Jagannath Baldev Subhadra kidnapped by Har Grace Mahati Mataji from the store without paying anything. So Prabhupada felt that Jagannath has come to us. So Jagannath is very special. Patit Pavan. His divine grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had made prediction to deliver all the fallen souls of the world. One point of time, Jagannath will go travel in planes and go all over the world. Jagannath Swami King. And you can see in ISKCON for Jagannath only came. Baldev Subhadra did not come. They remained in the store only. And Prabhupada asked, she said, this is a black one. Were there white and yellow ones also? So yeah, Swamiji, they were also. So yeah, they are brothers, sister. Get them also. So she again went. Again she kidnapped. Yes. That time CCTVs were not there. She put it in purse and she brought them. And Prabhupada was very happy. Prabhupada wanted them a big size. So Prabhupada asked, could someone do it? Shamsulpur said, I am carpenter, I can try it. Very good. So then when they went to one go down by seashore, mm, there was a all wooden thing, old thing, this thing. So they went and they asked that shopkeeper or whosoever, maintainer, so do you have a log of wood like that, one long one? We will cut it into four pieces and we'll make something. He said, yeah, so many are there. You go find out of your own choice. So they said, okay. So they went around. There were many, hundreds and thousands. So they chose one. Samsung the Pope, this is good. We can carve this. So then they lifted and they brought it here to the counter, and he was missing there. So then he's not there. They took the logo, they put it in the lorry, they brought it. There also they did not pay. The whole Jagannath is fully hijacked, kidnapped person in his start to end, at least the first ones, like that. So it was so nice. Anyway, this is not the way we should utilize our knowledge and all that. But I just told you that how that can be used. So this conclusion will come and then one will utilize it. But then by some great fortune, before even reaching that conclusion, somehow if one comes across Srila Prabhupada books, Srimad Bhagavatam, or some of these parts of the Vedas, then he'll understand, oh, I'm supposed to utilize my expertise, my talents, whatever I have, in the service of the Lord. So then he may come forward. He may not become full-fledged devotee in ISKCON. He may become well-wisher. And he may say, I have this. I make wooden structures. So for your temple, I will do all the furniture. Whatever you want. Vasasan you want, kundi, and chairs you want tulsi stand. Everything I can provide, for your new temple. So that is good. He is utilizing his carpentry expertise, his money, everything. And that is the what is the scriptural recommendation. Otherwise, one uses it for one's own sense gratification. यही संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःख यो न ये एवते आद्यंतवंत kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. Those who are Buddha, intelligent, they are not deriving pleasure in all this sense gratification. Yahi samsparsha ja. Sense gratification is strilingi, feminine. So then ja, it produces what? Yahi samsparsha ja bhoga, this enjoyment. But ultimately, it is dukkha yonaya evati. It's a dukkha yoni. Yoni, the womb of a woman may produce one child at a time, sometimes two, sometimes three. The dogs, she dogs, yoni will produce six, seven puppies. Then the frogs will produce maybe more, 10, 15, and mosquitoes, thousands. But yoni means eventually there will be child born, whatever the species. So this is dukkha yoni. Bhoga is enjoyment, but it is dukkha yoni. Enjoyment in the beginning and dukkha at the end. He says, Yadagre amrutopamam pariname vishamaiva. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yadagre, which in the beginning, amrutam is like nectar. Pariname, eventually, later on, visham eva, it is like poison. Anything that people have ultimately turns out to be distasteful, especially when they are gratifying their senses a lot. So that is not good. That is the conclusion of any intelligent person. There was one king, Bhartruhari. He also attached to his beautiful queen, who was no doubt beautiful. So he was so much mad after her. So what should I do for her? He would be all the time thinking. So then he got some best of the rings or something, uh, very nice with diamond and all that. So he thought this is only for my queen, and he gifted her that, and he was very happy. She wore for some days, but afterwards it so happened she had a paramour, the chief of military. So she was attached to him. So she gifted it to him like that. And this fellow was attached to some prostitute or something. So he gifted her. And that prostitute, by whatever the thing, so she thought this should be with king only. And king may reward me something. So she came and she gifted to the king. And the king was wondering, this I had received as a gift and I gave it to queen. How did it reach to her? So he asked her, who gave it? She said, that military chief gave. So then he was called. Who gave it? The queen gave it. Then he became. So earlier in glorification of his wife, he had written Shringara Shatak, 100 verses in glorification of the beauty of his wife, Shringar Shatak. Then when he saw all this, he became frustrated, detached, and whatever. He gave it up and he wrote Vairagya Shatak, 100 verses glorifying renunciation, like that. So life is like that. We cannot, people keep going like a pendulum here to there. But like science, Prabhupada is speaking some words about science here. That how people appreciate scientists so much. So like my father would speak. He was not so much educated, but like that. So my goal was to smash all the scientists. His scientific conception. Man has gone to moon. Then I would indirect way, direct way, try to tell him that how Prabhupada has said this and that. Ultimately, by reading Prabhupada books, he got a lot of faith in Prabhupada, and he believed Prabhupada more than scientists also. The Prabhupada books need to be distributed. They will bring about thorough revolution in the whole society. Lord Kelvin, one of the scientists, says, if one goes deep in science, one will be forced to accept the existence of the Lord. The scientists who are real scientists, not cheaters, when they go deeper and deeper in the science, they get that conclusion automatically. When the first bomb was blasted, it was invented, and then they wanted to try it. So in the desert somewhere they wanted, and from a distance, to what extent it can create destruction, they were not aware. How much big will be the blast? Because it's the first bomb of the creation in human society. So, so they blast, and when it blasted, it was so huge blast, and that whatever that fire and smoke and whole thing. So immediately, one of the scientists said, "Kalosmi, lokashaya krut pravruddho." That the time is like all destructive. This is supreme Lord only Krishna, I think, said, "Mrityu sarva haraschaham." This will cause death of so many. In the first blast, it was not as used as what Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but it was experiment. It was successful, and they saw it was more. Lot of destruction will happen. And immediately he was reminded of Bhagavad Gita shloka. Einstein was reading every day Bhagavad Gita. So many of them, they had were firm believers. Socrates, he was caught by the enemies and they said, "We will kill you. What way you want to be killed?" He said, "First you capture me." And they are wondering, "We are already captured. You are next close to death." But he was convinced. I am soul. You don't even know about soul. You can never capture soul. You're only speaking on external level only. Tapasya also, Prabhupada says, in Bhagavad, in one place it is said, I think, Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya. Aradhito yadi Hari, tapasah tato kim. Naradhito yadi Hari, tapasah tato kim. Antarbahir yadi Haris, tapasah tato kim. Antarbahir yadi Haris, tapasah tato kim. If one is worshipping Lord, Aradhito yadi Hari, tapasah tata kim. What is the need of tapasya? Because all tapasya should culminate in Krishna only, serving Krishna, worshipping Krishna, glorifying Krishna. Bhoktaram yagya tapasam. I am the enjoyer. So whatever tapasya one does, it should be for the pleasure of the Lord only. Aradhito yadihari tapasana. Na aradhito yadihari. If one is not going to worship Krishna through his austerities, what is the use? Tapasa tatakim. What is the use of all those austerities? Useless. Aradhito yadihari tapasa takim. Naradhito yadihari. Antar bahir yadiharis. If one has realized, bahir narsimha, hridaye narsimha, yato yato yami tato narsimha. What is that? Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha, Yato Yato Ami Tato Narsimha, Bahir Narsimha, Hruday Narsimha, Hoji Sharanam Prapade. Sometimes I think because I travel a lot, so I'm going to Bangalore now. Okay, in front of the plane, Narsimha will be there. Inside also, in my heart also. Sudarshan Chakra will be there. That will protect me from all the things that are supposed to be there, which are against. So Lord is there everywhere. If one has realized that, what is the need of tapasya? Aradhito antar bahir yadi haris tapasa tatak. There's no need of austerity because austerities are supposed to realize that only ultimately. That Lord is outside, Lord is inside. And nantar bahir yadi haris. Na antar bahir yadi haris. If one is not realizing that, what is the use of those austerities? One is so fearful, like our Durvasa Muni. He became angry on Ambarish for some small, not even mistake. It was appropriate only. But he thought it to be mistake. And he said, he said that Krutya, fiery god, fiery demon. And then he wanted to see the fun. That did not happen. The other Sudarshan Chakra finished off that fiery demon and started chasing Durvasa. Now he is so scared of protecting his body, started running away. So what is the use then? So many austerities and he has not elevated himself from bodily concept of life. So the scriptures condemn such austerity. Austerities are meant to end in this only. The realization Krishna is the supreme Lord. I should surrender to him fully. Also, Mother Devoti, after hearing such a huge, long discussion on Kapil Shiksha, she says in 33rd chapter of 3rd canto, Aho batashvapacho to gariyan yajjivagre vartate namatobhyam te pustapaste juhu shashnurarya brahmanuchurnama grananti yete. So something similar, she says, Aho batashvapacho to gariyan. Even if somebody is born in dog eater's family, he is glorious because at the tip of his tongue, Jivagre, Vartate Nama Tubhyam. Lord Krishna's name is always there. That means 24 hours he's chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tip of the tongue means anything at the tip of the tongue. That means it is just there always with you, like that. That's how the phrase is used. So holy name is always at the tip of his tongue. And he has already gone through all the austerities. He has visited all the holy places. He has taken holy dip in all the holy rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, all. Everything is over. Scriptures are read. Yagyas are performed. Everything is done. Then only he has reached his final conclusion. That Abhinnatvam Nama Namin. Krishna is not different from his holy name. And I just have to chant the holy name. Narayano Parogyanam, Narayana Param Tapaha. That is also a realization. Then for Shruti also, that also we can see Digvijay Pandit. He was so proud after smashing his pride by defeating him in the debate. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Digvijay Pandit, you have such erudite scholarship, but what is the use? You are not using it in the service of the Lord. You're just going around displaying your pride to this person, that person, how much you know, how you are glorious. Nobody is equal to you. Nobody can be above you. What's the use? Krishna, who is far above you, you can never even come closer to him. He should be glorified. So then he realized anyway and he surrendered. Similarly, Nimai Pandit himself, before he became a devotee, Srivas Thakur once was going on the street and Nimai was going. So Srivas Thakur asked, Nimai, what is the use? So much you know from the scripture, but you are only into grammar. Why don't you glorify the Lord? What is the use of all scholarship if you don't use it for the glorification of the Lord? You should become devotee, surrender to Krishna. Then Nimai also, because he's Vedesha Sarve Rahami Vedi. He says, yeah, one can be a devotee, but without the grace of devotee, another devotee, how can one become devotee? So I need your blessings to become a devotee. And Shiva would think, yeah, I have given all blessings, accept it. Like, but he had not to accept it. He would not accept because time was still there. Tapan Mishra read all the scriptures, but still he was confused. What is sadhya and what is sadhana? What is the end of all spiritual practices and what is the means? How to achieve the that end, whatever the end is. He was not clear about this, about about Abhidaya and Prayojan. These two things were very not clear. Not clear. Sambandha Gyan, so much Sambandha Gyan. All the scriptures he read. Confusion ultimately. But when he asked Nimai Pandit, who visited Bangladesh for 2 months, then he said, this is Kali Yuga. For Satya Yuga, austerities, for Treta Yuga, Yagya Home, etc. For Kali Yuga, only chanting of the holy name. So please chant the holy name. And he chanted and he got perfection. So thus everything that we have should be used in the service of the Lord. That is the perfection. Whatever talent we have, rangoli, cooking, whatever it is, it can be completely materialistic, machines also. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, today's Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disciple, by age 11, he taught his son Bimla Prasad so expertly. By age 11, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bimla Prasad could open any printing press machine, it's a huge machine, and do overhauling, splitting, everything he would be able to do. He knew it by age 11 only, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur trained him, saying that this is our family business, printing books. So you have to know how to operate machines also. So Bimala Prasad knew how to do it. So amazing. So thus we can also know whatever talents we have, we should be able to find. Unnecessarily we keep competing with devotees, distributing books so much. Why can't I and this and so much we do? That is not good. Better what you have, you just find out and use it in the service of the Lord. Thank you all very much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.